Hey guys, welcome to my email marketing course series. This is part 1 out of 3. In this video, we will be looking at how to understand your CRM. CRM stands for Customer Relationship Management, and it's basically a way of just saying your email marketing software. So if anyone's ever said, what's your CRM? It means where are you storing all of your contacts, your emails, and this is also where you're going to be doing your SMS marketing, but mostly email marketing is what it's primarily used for. So to start off, we're going to be going over which CRMs I recommend, and then we're going to be going over the basic functionality just so you can navigate back here. Now, in the part 2 of this 3-part series, we will be getting your first 1,000 emails, and then in part 3, I will be showing you a bunch of quick implementable email marketing tips that you can apply right away just so you can make sure your emails make it into the right inbox, that people click the links in your emails, and you can actually get sales from your emails. So let's get started with which CRMs should you be using. There are only 3 CRMs that I recommend, and I have tried pretty much all of them. One of them is ActiveCampaign, which is what I use and we're going to be looking at today. 2 is ConvertKit, which I've used in the past, didn't have any problems with them. I just switched over to ActiveCampaign. I think it was just a little bit cheaper, and I do a lot more basic text emails, so I didn't need a lot of extra functionality. And the third one would be Klaviyo, or as a lot of people call it, Klaviyo. And outside of that, I don't recommend any of the other CRMs. MailChimp is the biggest of all the CRM companies, and I would say that that one is the worst CRM. There's probably no CRM that I would tell you if you have it, you have to get out of it, except for MailChimp. It really is the most confusing, and I don't think it gets very good results for people either. I ran an email marketing campaign for a pretty large company recently, and they already had MailChimp ready to go, and they said, is this a problem? I'm like, no, I can work with it. And those emails had some of the lowest open rates that I've ever gotten. So the reason why choosing a CRM is important, besides the functionality and besides the price, is your deliverability score. And what deliverability is it's the email's ability to wind up in the primary inbox of the person you're sending it to. You might have seen on Gmail that you have like your main inbox, and you have your promotions inbox, and you have all of these different inboxes, and you don't really check the other ones, right? You just check the main one. So the goal is to get your email into that primary inbox, and each of these CRMs do have a reputation score, which allows them to get slightly better results depending on which one you use. Now, your reputation score is going to be more dependent on the email that you're sending it from, and a lot of other factors that we will really deep dive in the third part of this series. But just know that right now that your CRM actually does have an effect on how many of your emails actually get delivered properly. Now, between the 3 that I just recommended, how you would choose is ActiveCampaign is, I believe, the cheapest and also going to be the worst as far as designing emails. And then in the middle would be ConvertKit. It's very easy to look at ConvertKit and know exactly what to do, even as a beginner. And then Klaviyo is going to be for people that just want really designer-friendly emails. I believe they are the most expensive in most cases. And the reason why I hesitate to say they're the most expensive or the least expensive is because sometimes like some of these are like cheaper on their low tier program, but more expensive on their higher tier programs compared to the other ones. So that's why you really got to just look at the pricing, especially because this could change at any time. So check that out. Otherwise, I will say, if you are just trying to educate people online, I would just go with ActiveCampaign. You might as well save a little bit on the cost and go with a more simple functionality, because text emails work really great. You don't really need to send a bunch of images. You can still put images in there. You can still design them. All right. You're not really limited on functionality. You're just not going to make these crazy emails that look like someone is shopping on your website. So as long as you are okay with that, just go with ActiveCampaign. So now let's look at my ActiveCampaign account here, and I'm just going to be familiarizing you with some of the major terms. Now, every email CRM is going to have your contacts area, which is going to include tags and lists as well. So lists, what that is every contact that you ever get will belong to a list. And the list is just going to be named off of where they came from. So they came from a giveaway, they came from my content challenge, they came from my comparing influencers worksheet, they were one of my free course students. Every contact that goes into your CRM will be put into a list. So the list is just a way to say where that contact came from, and don't complicate it further than that. And then tags. This is going to be another thing that is common on every CRM out there, and they're all called lists and tags. No matter what CRM you use, they're going to be called lists and they're going to be called tags. Some of these other terms that I'm about to go over will be called different things on different CRM, so I'll go over that as well. So tags is how you would denote some of your contacts as having some qualities that would be good for you to keep track of. So for instance, back in my sales job where we had over 200 products in our catalog, whenever we would go out and do an appointment with a customer and we would try to sell them something and they couldn't buy it, but they'd say, hey, put that on my wish list, we would always make a tag to say, hey, this customer is interested in buying this product. That's going to be the major type of tag that you use, is something that denotes that this customer is interested in some kind of product or service from you, but hasn't bought it yet. And then you can design individualized email marketing campaigns for them. Or maybe me, as someone who sells coaching to business owners, I've done email marketing in the past where I say, hey guys, click here if you are not a business owner, and click here if you already own a business. And then I can put tags in there that denotes them. So then maybe if I'm sending an email out to everyone, I can send an email on how to start a business, or how to pick a business idea, how to pick a niche. And I can send that to people who haven't started a business yet. And then I can send separate emails to people who have already started on how to grow their Instagram following, how to run an ads campaign, whatever it may be. And this is just going to be subject to you. So just know what information would be good to have on customers. And then that is how you will use tags going forward. From there, the other thing that every CRM will have is either a campaigns or a broadcast section. And what this is sending a one-time email. You're just saying, hey, like in this one right here, hey, I got a new reel strategy. Here is the email. I'm going to teach you this reel strategy. And I just sent it out to everyone. You can denote whoever you want to send it to when you do a broadcast or a campaign, but this is just a one-time email. And then you have your automations, which will either be called sequences or journeys on other CRMs. I think MailChimp is the only one that calls them journeys, but these are really great because you want to always have as much things in your business automated as possible. So when someone gets a coupon code off your website, let's say, you would not want to have to be in charge of sending them emails manually, right? You would want to say, all right, after they get the coupon code, they're going to go into the sequence. So in this one, this is someone who would enter a giveaway. So right once they get subscribed to the list, they get this email saying, hey, the giveaway is going to be announced in a couple weeks. This one, it waits for 2 days, then it sends them a value email, waits for 2 days, sends them a value email, waits for 3 days, sends them a value email. And these can look very complex too, because what you can do with these is really anything. You can even do things like this if or else statement. This would be if their tag exists as like they own a business, bring them over here. So let's say agency owner is a tag. So what this would do is that after they've gotten those 3 emails, I could say, hey, if they have the tag that they are an agency owner, bring them over to this email sequence. If they don't, bring them over here. You can have things where you send them a text message. So, all right, 2 emails, and then we send them a text message 2 days later. You can do all these different things. And if you have Shopify, then a lot of these CRMs integrate with Shopify, and you can make it where the image that displays in the emails is whatever product that they had added to their cart. So you could send add to cart emails that are personalized to them. And I'm just trying to let you know of a lot of the things that you can do with email marketing to really get the gears turning and why this is so important. So really, there's not much functionality outside of that. You have your contacts, which is your list, and then your tags. You have your campaign/broadcast, and then you have your automation/sequences. And then everything else really isn't that important. Like the website here is like if you make a landing page, which I don't recommend doing, making a landing page in CRMs. So to end here, I'm just going to say why email marketing is very important and why you're going to want to do this. And if you would like to get an active campaign account, make sure you go to the link in the description. It is an affiliate link, but you can get a free account up to 100 contacts and you can try this out. So you can go in there and send your first few emails totally free and not worry about investing yet. But the reason why this is so important for businesses to have is because email is the only platform that doesn't change over time. As we know, social media changes all the time. People's attention is always going from Facebook to Instagram to TikTok, and you're always having to get the new social media as a business owner. But this is something that is fundamental and it is not going anywhere. So you want emails, because if you're planning on your company existing for more than 5 or 10 years from now, then you don't want to have to worry about always keeping up with the new social media. You will, but you don't want it to be make it or break it, whether like, hey, if we can't figure out the new social media, we don't have an audience. You want to have emails because all these people that you get over time, some of them will delete their Instagram. They won't care about it anymore. And if you only had them as an Instagram follower, now you've lost them as a customer, or at least one that you can easily keep in contact with. But email doesn't change. So you really want to get this. The other reason why is people are more likely to buy things from emails than they are from most social media platforms. Each individual's use on apps changes. The other reason why is it's a way to engage with your customers when they're in a totally different mindset than how they are on the other social media platforms. So maybe this person doesn't really stay on social media very long. They get on there, they just get their entertainment, they get off, and every time they use social media, it's like 7 to 9 p.m. and they don't use social media outside of that window. And maybe that's an area where they're tired, they're not really making purchases, so you can never really catch them at the right time to make a purchase. However, maybe they check their email every day on their lunch break, and they're trying to kill time. They're like, I got an hour before I got to go back to work, and maybe that is a better time to catch them to buy your product or just inform them about whatever you're doing. So the mindset of customers is totally different of how they use email versus other social media platforms, and you want to be able to catch them at all of these different times so that you can make sure you're not leaving any sales on the table. So that's why it's very important to have this in your marketing repertoire to get those extra touch points with customers and catch them at times of the day that are different than when they would be on social media, and make sure you get as many sales as you can. So make sure you start your free active campaign account at the link in the description, and then move on to video 2 whenever you're ready, and we will get you your first 1,000 emails. I'll see you there.